Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 22, and we're here in the Red Bull Ring of Austria with Eric Granado, and we're racing in MotoE. So, a terrible start in MotoE, but I have noticed since it's an automatic launch compared to what it is in MotoGP and the other classes, I do a very terrible start with the automatic launch. We really struggled going into turn 1 there, but we are now firm on the brakes as we almost had our foot chopped off by Hector Garza or possibly Maria Herrera. Didn't quite see who it was, but we'll go to the left hand side for turn 3, or 2B as they like to call it in MotoGP, and we'll now go firm on the brakes as we go round the outside. Not 1, but not 2, not 3, but possibly 4. Not quite. Ooh! Bringing on the power a little bit prematurely there, almost sent Eric Granado into the sky. Thankfully we're still on board our respectable motorcycle as we now go firm on the brakes. Matteo Ferrari braking way too early for the 4th, or now 5th corner, as we'll now go into the right hand side. A little moment again upon the acceleration as we go into the right hand side. Kevin Zanoni ahead of us, Mark Alcoba up there as well. So now to the left hand side, Domi Egerter leading the Grand Prix, Torres in 2nd, and oh my goodness, a name I can't pronounce, Akubu in 3rd position. So into the left hand side, bumping and oh, goodness me, bumping elbows, fairings, tyres, you name it, into that left hand side. I must confess the MotoE bikes are pretty tough to control. I'm using a medium front and a medium rear. They did recommend a hard rear, and I'm beginning to think that may have been the wrong choice. But to the right hand side, oh, Alcoba's gone down. I didn't really give him much space, he went round the outside, but sorry Alcoba, I guess that kind of was my fault. But now onto the brakes for turn 1, outbraking not 1 but 2. Can we go into the right hand side, bumping Bradley Smith ever so gently, but we do have that 6th position sorted out. So now into the difficult 2A as we'll go right. Not quite, I was hoping maybe a Fabio Quartararo lunge, but probably take someone a bit better skill than myself to get that into that particular corner. But now on the uphill braking part for turn 4. Into the right hand side, keep it in, keep it in. Oh, very, very, very careful there on the acceleration. Got to be really gentle, but bringing on the power, not quite in the slipstream. Just going to move it over to the left hand side of the almost runner-up in the MotoE Championship race in Red Bull Ring 1. As we now go to race 2, in race 2, of course, changing the dramatics, changing the dynamic of MotoE. But now around the outside, not quite to Bradley Smith, but we'll push him wide ever so slightly. He had a disastrous Red Bull Ring of Austria as we now go to the left hand side. Smith wants it back up on the inside. He's not going to get it. We're going to try and close the door on him as Akubu still hanging in there as well. The man on 3rd place right now, the Japanese rider, doing everything he can to hold Eric Granado, the eventual double MotoE winner here in the Red Bull Ring of Austria. As we go firm on the brakes, we have now taken over 3rd position, and in 10th corner we only have 1 more to go to the end the 2nd lap, and we will be beginning quite a few more laps of intense racing to chase down Domi Egerter at the front. So across the line, Egerter fastest man of the track, but not for long. Eric Granado fastest man with a 1:38.620 as we go extremely firm on the brakes and very tight to the apex of the Niki Lauda curve into the slipstream of Torres. Do we go to the left? Do we feint a lunge on the right hand side? I feel braver here on the right hand side, chucking out the right Alpine Stars boot. Jordi Torres wants it. The previous MotoE Cup winner, goodness me, bit of contact for the left hand side of 2B. But we now brake to turn 3, or turn 4 as this game tells us. We'll get onto the firm part of the tyre, then bring on the power. Be very gentle. I cannot stress to you how gentle you need to be to not only stop yourself from high-siding, but just stopping the wheel from skidding and sliding as well. So into the very difficult braking zone. Of course, Enea Bastianini went wide into this part in the Grand Prix with a brake disc issue. I do believe it was the front tyre having a massive dent in it, as goodness me, a monumental slide for the Brazilian winner here just a couple of days ago. So now into the left hand side for Rausch for turn 7. A little bit wide as we follow the number 77. As Eric Granado is going to move over to the left hand side, gentle on the brakes, just trail braking in ever so slightly. Not enough to put too much power and too much brake temperature into the front brake, but just enough to get the bike slowed down, and that is what we're looking for. So firm on the brakes then going into the penultimate corner. Keep it in nice and tight here, and keep it in nice and tight once again for the final corner to get some valuable slipstream. Very strong into the final corner, but we have got onto the green and probably going to yield. Not quite. I expected us to get a track limit warning, but I'll tell you what, I'm okay with that, and only losing 14,000 of a second in that particular lap time. That is a solid result for us. So power setting 3 will be used for the entirety of this Grand Prix. We need it to chase down Domi Egerter as we now go to the right-hand side. The Swiss ahead of us is not going to be trying to get a red flag this time around. If you know, you know. But for now, we're going to chase him down and hopefully get the better of the Swiss rider. So firm on the brakes we'll go. Into the right-hand side for turn 4. Be careful upon the acceleration. That's how it's done. We need that slipstream. We've got to get that slipstream to chase him down. We've been excellent on the brakes, I do confess, but I would like a bit of slipstream if I'm truly honest with you. And that is going to be the latest of lunges up into the inside of turn 5. Has that been stuck? It's unstuck like a crap glue. We almost had it down, but unfortunately it's popped up at the last second and it's now stuck on our finger. So back into the left-hand side for 7, chasing down Egerter all over again. But we've shown him a move. We've definitely invited him in for a battle, but unfortunately he rejected the invitation. So back again into the right-hand side for 9. Into the right-hand side for 10 in just a moment's time. We'll have a chance. We will definitely have a chance in turn 11 if we're strong enough and we can line it up, but not quite. A little bit wide there going into turn 10. And that's all it took for us to lose a little bit of ground to Egerter ahead. So a slight slide on the exit as well, and Egerter has got all that advantage again. 6 more tenths of a second to play with. Our first time into the 139s this time around as we go extremely firm on the brakes. Oh, it's a massive collision! An absolutely massive collision with Egerter in the lead. How did he stay on? He didn't even bother him. What a man, what a Chad, what a move! Up on the inside into the right-hand side for 2A, into 2B. Does Egerter have the inside line? Beautifully done, but Granado holds it around the outside line, and now going to go up at the uphill, braking firm on the brakes. Into the right-hand side, we have the lead for the very, very first time. My goodness, it felt ages since we've actually had the lead. I guess technically we did have the lead into turn 5, ever so briefly, until Egerter stuffed it back up in the inside once again. So firm on the brakes will go for the quite possibly the most difficult braking zone in the Red Bull Ring, quite possibly one of the most difficult braking zones of MotoGP, and Egerter puts himself back up into the prime position. This is the 5th lap of 7, so there's only going to be 2 more skirmishes at the end of this one, and we need to make sure we're on top by after all is said and done. So to the left-hand side once more for the curve of turn 8. Bring it in, gentle on the power and just launch it over to the right-hand side. We'll probably go for a quick upshift there with a different motorcycle, but of course, automatic with the MotoE bike, so not going to be doing that here today, as we only have one move. That's it, there's no gears or anything, as we now line up Domi Egerter for a lunge in the final corner. Beautifully done. Up on the inside. Oh, a slide there from the Energica Ego Corsa machine of Eric Granado, and Domi Egerter retakes the lead. It's another slow one for us, but of course at this point we're just engaging in battle as Egerter almost goes over the foot of Eric Granado, and this battle will rage on in the penultimate lap here in Styria. Who's it going to be on top step in our MotoGP video? As Eric Granado is once again beaten into 2A, and a bit of a rub there, but Domi Egerter, fair play, he's riding like his real life counterpart here. It's difficult to beat the man in first position. But now here we go to the right-hand side. The LCR Ego Energica, whatever it is, it's so much names to a bike. But anyway, the electric machine gets into the slipstream of the other electric machine, the Energica Ego machine. There we go, we got it in the end, but we go firm on the brakes. Almost kicking him out of the way there. We go into the right-hand side for turn 5, a little bit wide. Have we got it? We do, but the gap is down to 10th of a second. Granado in the lead. Brazilian versus the Swiss, and the Swiss goes around the outside. He's found a hole in our defence like a Swiss cheese. He's going up the inside. He's trying to hold it around the outside, but it's not going to happen this time around. Great battle here for MotoE, and shout out to the commenter who told me to play MotoE. I do apologise for getting whom it was, but thank you for the recommendation of a MotoE video. This is for you. Domi Egerter waved and Eric Granado says, nah, no thanks. But we now go into turn 10. into the final corner of the penultimate lap. It's down to this. There'll be one more incredible race here, one more incredible lap on this incredible race as Tommy Egerter takes over the lead, hopefully for the final time, because I fancy a lunge up on the brakes. Let's not pull a Jorge Martin on the brakes. We'll go into the right-hand side. Oh, too much power, massive amount of power. Oh, I was just so eager to bring on the acceleration and just completely burned up the medium rear. The tyres seem to be a good choice, but not a good choice to bring on the power prematurely there, and we're doing it again. It's just slipping all over. Oh my goodness. Doing it again, Steely Dan style, as we now go to the right-hand side for 4. Be gentle on the acceleration. Egerter is right there. It's true what they say about MotoGP 22. The AI gets significantly stronger towards the end of the Grand Prix. Apparently, it's due to the tyre wear. They don't actually burn any tyre up. Apparently, that's why. Or fuel, for that matter. So into turn 5, we have a 4/10 of a second advantage, a 5/10 of a second. It's somewhat teetering, it's somewhat oscillating, but we're alright for now. We have a 3.5 of a second. We just have to be picture perfect from this point onwards, and that's not perfect. Far from it, as a matter of fact. Look how red, look how orange it is now on the rear tyre, on the left-hand side. It's still burning up. Oh my goodness, I can't bring on the power any quicker than that. The tyre is red raw right now. We're going to go firm on the brakes to the penultimate corner, and hopefully we've done enough to hold back the Swiss man. One more corner to go into the final corner. The crowd are loving this one. If you're enjoying it, hit the like button. We'll bring on the power. Egerter's got the speed. It's going to be down to this across the line. Who's it going to be? Oh! I think Egerter won. Oh, I'll be livid. Oh! Damn it. Technically, if the time was that, we would actually win via the quicker time, but never mind. Egerter wins by the thinnest of thin margins. But guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.